So yesterday we just finished that contract job, and took 2 days longer than it was supposed to take, but they were having an open house as we were working on it because the house is for sale. And I was feeling horrible, like very, very horrible. But two real estate agents loved the work, and now they wanting us to do work for them on other houses. And I just don't know how much more I got in me to keep doing this type of work. But the whole purpose of me filming this morning is to show you how you come about extra materials that you can use on your own home. So we took some leftover wood and some paint and stuff like that, and we're able to just use that for whatever we want to use. So this is, let me take a look. So yesterday I had rebuilt a deck, the stairs, and everything, etc., etc., and we were working on this house, basically giving the house a facelift. And I was able to come across these boards that were left over. This was obviously you can see the paint, so this was one of the clearance boards that we used. We had a few of those. Nothing's wrong with this wood at all. It had a little bow in the very end of it, but it was half price, so that made it well worth it, because the board itself was, I want to say, maybe 12 foot long. And we didn't need all 12 foot of it, so I've got that. And so these are the new boards, but that board right there is a board that where I was replacing something on the garage, the overhang of the garage, and that board's still good, so I'm definitely going to reuse that. And I have 2 cans of paint here. One of them's almost all the way full, the other one's half full, so I'm going to be able to use that too out here at the farm. And obviously you see wood. I have some 1x2s because the 1x2s had to be replaced around the home. So up near the roof of the house, they had 1x2s all the way around the house and all the way around the garage. And these come in bundles, so we was getting 12-pack bundles. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 full size and one that's cut. And a funny story. Is I was out working at the job site one day, and I had left my DeWalt drill at the farm. So instead of going back to get the DeWalt drill, I just went to Lowe's to get the cheapest drill I could find. And ironically enough, the cheapest drill I could find was the Craftsman at Lowe's. And if you know my channel and know my video, you know I hate Craftsman's power tools. But for the one-off use, it was going to be a good thing. For $59, it's a good price. So I just thought, okay, I keep this as a backup drill in case I ever forget my DeWalt again. Well, I was talking to someone about that, and they turned around and they gave me a Craftsman drill that they had that they said is better than the one that I had bought from Craftsman. And it was an impact, by the way. It wasn't a real, so it was an impact. So I bought an impact, and you know, and so so now I've got like a whole bunch of drills. They also gave me a Craftsman sander because I had bought a Cobalt sander, and the Cobalt sander was malfunctioning. The speed adjustments were not the speed adjustments on the Craftsman sander were not functioning correctly. So I was complaining about that, and this guy happened to have a Craftsman sander, and I will tell you that Craftsman sander is awesome. So if you know that I like Craftsman sawzalls. They're awesome, and I'm starting to like this Craftsman sander. So anyway, I'm piddling around out here at the farm today, so I'm not really sure what all I'm gonna film or what I'm gonna do, but I gotta empty this truck. And whenever you work in a job site, sometimes your vehicle gets messy. Let me just show you the back of the truck. So get ready, y'all. As you can see, cat food, obviously that's got to go in. But let me see here. Yeah, this is the right here. This is the impact that I had bought when I was in the need for a drill. I was just looking for a cheap one. But the guy happened to have a, and I was telling him I hate Craftsman drills, but he had a Craftsman. That's my battery on it, by the way. But he had a Craftsman impact that he said is very good, and I don't know. I'm gonna give that a try and compare it to this one, and maybe I'll start liking Craftsman drills. I don't know. My Klein hammer definitely has had some use on that job site, and the square and the level and the measuring and all that. And hold on. So in this tub, I have my a lot of my power tools in here, the level and stuff like that too. So this kind of replaced that big heavy toolbox. So let me get started and get all this arranged. So this is the paint that's left over from the job. That one's white, but yeah, we could use some white paint out here. And this one is probably the ugliest damn color when it's applied to wood that I've ever seen. But it's almost full, so I'll find somewhere to use the crap. But yeah, and if you're on a job site, whenever you can, if you have leftover paints or stains, you should just take them so you can find a use for them. Now, I've always hated Craftsman drills, always, but I've never tried this impact right here, this specific impact. The guy that gave me this said give it a try. He said I'll become a fan. I usually use DeWalt, love DeWalt drills, but I am going to give this one a try. So what I decided to do is, this is the wood I just took out of the truck. A lot of that's brand new wood. Only 2 of those boards are used that I took off the carport. So what I'm going to do is I threw a pallet down here. I'm just going to add an addition on, because today we don't have any work going on today, and we can't work like we used to work anyway. Very difficult, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw an addition on to here and use that Craftsman and see how it works out. So playing around with that Craftsman thing and a bunch of free wood that I have, this is what I was able to add to my tool shed so far. I'm gonna wait till I get some more free wood, free materials, and add things as I go along. But yeah, I just I'm adding shelves, as you see there. Yeah, so I did have the opportunity to use the Craftsman drill. Somebody gave me the drill and said, hey, this will change your mind about Craftsman. No, it don't. Doing the type of work I do is not personally good for me. However, it would be a good household drill because it's cheap. It's a cheap drill, but like for building things, it just doesn't have the power that the DeWalt drill has. I'm gonna keep both Craftsman drills just in case. I don't know why, but I'm gonna keep both of them. But I'm always gonna use my DeWalt first. But the only reason I even bought the Craftsman in the first place, the impact, it's because I had forgotten my DeWalt at the farm, out here at the farm, while I was on the job site. So I needed to run to the store, buy a drill, and guess what? I don't get to charge that to the customer. That comes out of my profit from the job, me having to buy another drill. But I decided to spend the 60 bucks, buy the drill. Also, if a customer ever tells you that they want to save as much money as they can on a project, most people think, oh, well, I'll just charge them less on labor, right? No, not me. So one thing that we do not negotiate on is my fee. My fee is my fee. What I charge is what I charge. We're not cutting no corners on that. We can cut corners on the amount of work you want done, but we're definitely not cutting corners on my pay. So what I also like to put into the contracts is materials. Any leftover materials, I get them. So let's say that they needed the 1x2s and they come into 12-pack bundles. I'm buying 12-pack bundles, 4 or 5 of them's left over. I get to have that. Any paint left over, I get to have that. Any materials left over, because you could always use them for something else. It's always good to negotiate that into your contract, right? Anyway, my opinion of the Craftsman drill has not changed at all. Not at all. I'm sticking with DeWalt. Now, in regards to Craftsman, I've been using that Sawzall now for what, 2 years? Same Sawzall, and it is extremely, extremely good. That is the best power tool Craftsman carries. But their drills, impact drills, I have 2 of them, and they suck. That DeWalt, the best I've ever used. Now sometimes when I'm getting ready for a job, we'll look in Walmart. Barbara found these. This color changing high strength hole repair spackling compound. It's pretty pricey in Home Depot or Lowe's, but Walmart had them for sale, different sizes of them too, for sale. So this is a 12 ounce. This was $2, and so was the 8 ounce. So we got 3 of them. That we got the last 2 12 ounces they had. They were clearancing them out. It's a really good product, and it was a really good price. Your Walmart may have them as well. You should check it out. I do not just collect tools. I also collect toys. Man, I got such a good collection of stuff in here. It's crazy. I got stuff all the way back from the 80s, some stuff from the 70s. This is just one of my collections behind me, and I'll show you a little bit of it. So let's start on the top shelf. Got the Stay Puft guy. I got Destro over there. I got my ring. I got the belt buckle that has an Indian head. Hey, be quiet. Okay, I got Venom. Hey, I'm trying to do a video over here. Masters of the Universe. Skeletor. Yeah, all right. So, have obviously some Hulk stuff down here. I have a Hulk Jello, a Sonny and Cher original tape. We got the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, that's the Macho Man mainly. I just did the Macho Man's voice. Anyway, I got the Hulk here. I got let me switch it around where you can see it a little bit, but hold on. Some G.I. Joe stuff here. I got the Skeletor car. I've got an old Hershey's thing. Or no, that ain't old, I don't think. That's not old. That Minnie Mouse is very old. Let's see what else I got. I got some Avenger stuff. I got... Shut up, dog. I got Ric Flair. I got the Bride of Frankenstein. I have the Mummy vehicle. I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't see a lot of this stuff on this camera that good. But I've got some older toys and stuff at the other house. Got the Ghostbuster car set right there. Yeah. I got a lot of stuff. I love collecting toys, especially Hulk stuff. I got a Coke bottle back there. I got Deadpool cups. Most of this stuff's more modern. I have an Ink Masters, probably can't see it, sticker from when I went to the Ink Masters show. Yeah. Oh, I have Vincent Price too, but I don't think he's in here. He's at the other house. I'll show you the rest of the collection in another time. So if you want to get into doing contractor work, just get whatever tools you can afford. First off, I mean, if it's a Craftsman set that you got to start off with, drill or whatever, get that. If it's a no-name drill, get that. Get whatever you can afford first to just to get started. You don't have to have brand name stuff. As you go, as you get more jobs and you make more money, you can then start getting better quality tools. Obviously, like the DeWalt stuff will last you for years, and it's going to save you time on the job, because a crappy drill will not save you time on the job. It's going to cost you time on the job. Again, I just said that we went 2 days over on a job that's supposed to take 3 days, and with that, I cannot charge them for the extra 2 days because they already had the price. So charging by the job, the longer it takes you, the less money you make, right? So you got to think about it that way. Also, so when the people came, because when we were finishing up, they'd already had an open house scheduled, but we had to come there to finish up. At first, the first realtor that showed up was not happy that we were there, okay? But she was not the owner of the house. But after she started taking a look around at the stuff that we were doing, then she was like, oh, this looks really, really good. Because when I'm on a job site, I have to make sure the wood is level, everything's measured precisely. When I was repairing the back porch, taking out the rotted wood, I cut the wood so tight that you had to use a rubber mallet to push it in there and make it really, really snug, like it was all one piece. And she was very impressed by that. The other realtor, it was a gentleman, he was very impressed by the work we did. So just being there during the open house actually got us 2 more customers. However, having health issues, we probably got more work than we're going to be able to do right now. I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen. I'm trying to get healthier. The pain's not going away at all. It's very difficult to get pain medicine today because of the way the government is, and I'm dealing with pain constantly. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you wouldn't mind sharing, and subscribing. Not all Craftsman power tools are bad, but their drills absolutely suck, and so does their circular saws. But the Sawzall is great. I'm going to say it again and again. Have a good one.